I'm gonna come up with something dumb. Let's go. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Listen. Whatever you do, don't touch the tape.
Yeah. Cause once you do it, you see your fate.
Yeah. Hey, my nigga Raul, always late. Yeah.
Messing with us, get squashed like a grape.
Yeah. All right. I didn't get any of that on camera.
Not at all.
Fuck it. Listen. Welcome to the Death Taco Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Today I'm here with
Jonathan.
And Raul.
And today we've gathered to talk about and I forgot the fucking year already, 2013 found footage horror film VHS Dose. So this is the first sequel I'm doing on this because I did VHS 1, I think, on episode 7. So we're on 42 now. I feel like that's a good amount of time to go in between repeating a movie, right? So either one of you saw this before we started watching it?
No.
Nah.
You even heard of it?
No.
Perfect. And you watched it with your girl.
Yeah, parts of it. I'm not gonna lie though, but it looked real familiar. You know what I mean? Like clips of it, you were like, "Man, I've seen this before." But
They've probably been clips shared online,
as far as I
shocking
know, I've never
moments and
seen
shit.
it, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it was more like when they were inside the house and shit. But
So from the get, what are your guys' honest, upfront thoughts? Because you just both recently saw this.
Man, for real, I didn't know what the hell was happening. It kept. I got that they was watching the tapes and shit, but I didn't understand. It was just so random. It just cut from one scene and then it went to a whole different thing. It was just something totally different, but it was still that creepy concept, that creepy,
The tone was the same throughout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
shit, it was cool, bro. Like I said, it was crazy up until that last one.
With the aliens?
Yeah, with the aliens, cause that shit. It was kind of low budget. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
My wife was actually laughing at that part once they showed the aliens and shit coming out. And she was like, "Those are the aliens." I was like, "Damn!" But no, it was crazy though, bro. I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's all right, man. That'll happen. Fucking, this was an anthology style movie. You guys familiar with that term?
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie broken up into separate mini movies within it. It's like the Twilight Zone movie, Tales from the Hood. That's a lot of older versions of this. There's not a whole lot of mainstream ones like ABCs of Death, shit like that. And I like these, bro, just because these are specifically horror movies. And these contain something called a wraparound story. So the wraparound story is usually what's in between each movie. The background story that's going throughout the whole movie.
Like that, yeah, right.
So the private detective shit, that's the wraparound story. And I figured that'd just be the best place to start. So instead of talking about mini movies, we'll talk about the wraparound story first. So what did you guys think of just that whole plot with the private detective going to the kid's house, coping through his house? There's little clues and shit that something was off. They're looking for some missing kid, right?
Yeah.
And I remember watching this, bro, being genuinely unnerved the whole time. Because this came out in 2013, so I probably saw it in 2015, 2014. So I even got to go back deeper than that. So for the first VHS, this is VHS 2. VHS 1 is pretty much a similar movie, except the budget's smaller, but it's still, the effects are good. So it looks even more authentic, because this one's kind of sci-fi-y. There's techie shit in it, good CG and stuff.
Yeah.
The old one, it's just flat out butchering motherfuckers horror. And the way I saw it was on some shady ass website. I'm just clicking links to find it because I read about it on a horror website. And I'm like, it's not on fucking, Netflix, Amazon. It's in the cuts. I'm just clicking links. Click. How do I find this movie? Click. And I'm watching it in my bedroom on my laptop at 4 a.m. And I thought it was real. Because that's the way these are shot. It's somebody with a video camera in their glasses.
Right.
You're watching these supernatural murdery type shit happen. So that's kind of the pace I was coming into this one with. So to see this one just like that, it's yo, this could be a real thing. I mean, clearly it's not because it's got directors and a cast and shit, but still, I was immersed. So my immediate response to this was the same deal. I'm just yo, this is creepy than a motherfucker.
Yeah, because some of the shit could really happen.
Right,
Mhm.
Other than
right.
the last alien part was not really convincing me. Like you said, that's
That and then like that demon goat thing.
yeah,
The
that shit.
demon goat was
Yeah,
corny. I'll
Yeah.
give you that. Was corny. But now let's stick to the wraparound. So the wraparound, I could see how that'd be confusing. Like, were you guys left with a lot of questions and shit?
yeah. I didn't know what the hell was happening. Like the
Uh,
main story of the
yeah,
movie.
kinda. I was just kind of confused with what was going on with the chick.
Yeah, like if she got possessed watching the tapes or some shit.
Yeah, and then I didn't know what happened to her at the end.
So in the this is why I like this movie a lot, because I like this way better than the first one because it expands on the mythology of this series. And by what I mean by mythology is, they were showing the college kid talking, and he was like, listen, there's other people trading these tapes. I've heard if you watch them in a certain sequence, they'll affect you. Da da
Yeah.
da, shit like that. And that concept is cool as fuck to me. That there's like a whole like organized like ring of people just trading these supernatural tapes, and because they're talking about the tapes in the VHS universe, these are all real fucking things. So like in this world, zombies are real, demons are real, ghosts are real, aliens are real. They're
Right.
all in this fucking battle royale of all these supernatural fucking monsters, and it's a real fucking thing, and that's hard as fuck to me. But I'm thinking that pretty much it's as simple as how you explained it. You watch the tapes in a certain order, you start to get possessed, you get stuck on the motherfuckers, and the kid says during the recording, he's like, "Hey, I want to make a tape of my own." So I'm guessing that if you get people to watch these tapes and you record it yourself, you develop some type of supernatural thing, right? Because I'm assuming I don't think you can survive getting your fucking face blown off like that, right?
Hell no.
Not for a long time, at least.
His shit was opened up too. Like
Yeah.
his whole face was opened up. There's no surviving that, and he
Nah.
walked it off like he just got smacked in the face. Like he act like it wasn't even a bullet that just went through him.
Mm-mm.
Bro, and the makeup on that kid is
Tongue
stuck with
hanging
me,
out
bro.
and
Like
shit.
that shit, like it's creepy as fuck even to think about. The last image of the movie is him like thumbs up, tongue hanging out of his fucking onto his chest. That shit was tight to me. Like overall, what did you guys think of that short?
What the whole his whole makeup and shit.
Just that story in general of them
Oh.
people going in there.
Yeah, that it was. I liked it. I liked how it. I like how the story, like how you said, the story was just that was the main story, but there was a lot of other clips in there from, different other stories in there. But I like how they did that. I haven't seen many movies like that at all.
hmm Did you guys catch how during the wraparound, whenever he'd be like creeping around in the background while they were
Yeah.
like watching the tapes
That
and
shit
shit?
fucked me up.
Yeah,
Like where he's walking in a door, where he's crawling on the floor and
That one
shit.
fucked me up right there when he was crawling on the floor.
Bro, it was just beautifully done. And I like how at the very beginning, whenever the private detective, because we see a full on wiener in this movie.
yeah.
I guess I missed that part.
Oh, Raul blanked it out.
Nah.
Manliness.
I guess I missed that part.
It was at the beginning when he was filming it and you seen the titties and everything. That caught my eye, and then whenever I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. And after, because he's catching some dude in an affair, he's a private detective. He got caught. He caught some dude up. And I like how they show that he's a dirty private detective because he calls the guy up and he's like, "Hey, I just filmed you. So if you don't want me to show this to your wife who hired me, pay me some more money." And even when they get to the college kid's house or whatever, they were like, "If we find this kid here, we're going to take him on a vacation and say it took us longer to find him. That way his mom has to pay us more money." So right off the bat, they do that to show that these are bad people. Are not bad people, but they're not necessarily pure characters. So bad stuff's going to happen to them, and we shouldn't feel bad about it, or as bad about it. And the other thing, bro, is whenever like that female says she has a headache and he has to go to the store to get her
Right.
more meds,
Hmm.
and she's like, "Yo, I'm gonna just chill here."
Exactly.
There is no way in hell, bro, I'm leaving the house like without old girl.
Exactly.
I don't care if I gotta drag the bitch.
She was tripping.
Like, is there any scenario where you leave a female alone in that situation?
No,
Yeah,
she's
nah.
coming with me.
Yeah.
You want this medicine? We gonna go grab it together.
And she had the strap.
And she had the strap. I guess maybe that's why you thought she'd be cool, I guess. Like, you find all this, like, devilly fucking schizophrenic type shit all over this dude's house. Like, Clearly, he was not like mentally well.
Exactly.
You're gonna leave her alone still. Like I don't know what he was thinking.
But they didn't know that he was there.
No, they didn't, but still, like, you had to think the thought of him like coming
Yeah,
back.
exactly.
Or return,
exactly.
yeah, from the store or something. Wherever he was, he had to be coming home.
That and them, they were watching him on the laptop, and they just happened to pause it at like the perfect moments. And really, it was probably only a 2 minute fucking video. If they had just let it play in the background, and you would have saw him blow his face off, and then walk into a
Walk right
fucking
in.
another room as they're coming in, it would have been like, oh, we got to get out of here.
Hell yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie, the ending though was really predictable. I predicted he was in the closet. I said, "Watch, he's gonna be in that damn closet."
The only
right
thing,
at the end.
well, no, I guess so. I was gonna say the only thing was that there really wasn't like a blood splatter, but he did find blood on the walls a little bit.
Yeah, just a little tap. Fucking, and like how you guys were saying, you were confused what happened with old girl where she got like possessed, and when she attacked the private detective guy, and then he snapped that bitch's neck with one hand. He went
Her neck, and she still kept coming too. I was like, "Damn."
when she started doing the spider walk towards him, bro. That shit's
Yeah, that
terrifying
shit
to
was
me.
Crazy.
hmm Any type of like human contortion shit in movies fucks me up.
Hell yeah.
Fuck no. I already told you how I felt about that shit when they're like that ain't supposed to do that.
Mm-mm.
He said that he's supposed to do that.
She was, hey, her neck was backwards and she was doing a back bend or something like that.
Jonathan said, "Hey, don't do that."
Doing the crab walk.
And when he was in the closet peeking and she just went right past him, that
Yeah,
fucked
that's
me
another
up.
thing
That
that fucked
shit.
me up, bro. That motherfucker, he gonna run in the closet, and it looked like he slams the door, but stops it right before he slams, and just.
He left it cracked,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, she just walked right past him like she ain't see him just go in there. That shit fucked me up.
I like to think he did it on purpose though, because he had the gun right up to the crack. He was like, her face is gonna be right here.
Yeah.
I swear to God, right before she peeked her head, I said, "Watch, she go peek and he go pop." And then right when I said that shit, she peeked and he did blow her shit. I was like, "Damn, I called that."
Nah, I thought that was fire though, because a lot of the times wraparound stories are really bad. Like, I don't know. Just to me, this ranks higher in tier because like most of the time, the middle shit is kind of it comes off as boring or pointless or there's not a lot going on. This one, like after the movie shorts were done, you were still brought back into this story that was like, oh, this is fucked up too.
Yeah, I knew something was gonna happen at the end. You could just see, like, that's what I was waiting to see how it end. I was gonna like, what? How is this gonna end? Because all these stories, whatever, they're all ended with the camera just out, like kind of like a VHS. You know, that's how they end. But how is this main story gonna end? So I knew something crazy was about to go down at the end.
Well, nah, so yeah, like I said, I fucked with the wraparound. You guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move into the first short then, and it was called Clinical Trial. It's the guy with the fake eye.
Yeah, with the robot eye.
So that was directed by the same dude who made the wraparound story. I think his name is Adam Wingard. He's the guy who directed King Kong versus Godzilla. That's what he went on to do. And this is from 2013, so I think it's cool to see like a lot of these guys come up like that start in these like smaller budget movies. But yeah, probably like of all the segments, this one was my least favorite. You guys are making fun of the alien one, but this one, I don't know why I never really cared for it that much.
It was odd.
So this basic story of it is this guy gets an eye implant and he starts to see ghosts with it.
Right.
And that's pretty much like the plot of it, I think. This is like a Black Mirror episode. Like really sci-fi, really high-tech, like what happens in the future if we keep playing with shit. The only thing I really liked about this one was I was definitely, the tone trapped me, because you know how like when the first time he sees a ghost, he hides in his restroom,
Yeah.
and then I'm assuming he's supposed to have stayed up all night, because the second he walks out of the restroom and it's like morning, he goes right back to sleep.
Yeah.
And then he wakes up and now it's like
Yeah,
7 p.m. and
yep,
the
yep.
sun's starting to go down. And I remember watching that, and like once I saw he had slept through the day, I was like, oh no.
It's time for that's exactly what I thought too.
That's
I was
exactly
like,
what's
oh
going
bro,
through
the
my mind.
daylight is supposed to be like your break. You've slept right
Yo,
back
and
into the
then, bro, I
night.
swear to God, that struck another question. I'm like, yo, I was like, why do ghosts only come? I was like, why does that shit only happen at night? Why don't they come out during the day?
Hey, these ones were so powerful, bro. I think they would have come out fucking at 6 a.m. I don't think it
Yeah.
mattered, dog.
Yeah.
Breakfast, I'm here.
hmm
Yeah, that I liked. I like how it showed like how that could, I don't know, because that could really probably happen in the future. Like you said, if we keep messing with technology, we could fuck around and see ghosts, and that's really gonna fuck with us. Cause like I told you, I believed in that shit. Like I believe in the supernatural. So like ghosts could be right here, right now. We not seeing, but we have that tech or whatever. We see them. We're gonna be, it's gonna change the whole perspective.
I know, bro. That's why I always joke around that, like, say if we were to leave here after we got done and I accidentally left my camera on and my mic's on, I'm like, fuck. I always do that. I'm universally, bro. I think you might have seen it a few times where I'm like, fuck, I left the mics recording or something. Like, I don't want to hear anything. I don't want anything I don't mean to, like, see,
Yeah, I
you
feel
know?
that. Yeah, I feel that.
Like they could be there, it's just not me.
And then with that girl, she said that girl came in and said she could hear them and shit because she got that like.
She got an
shit.
ear implant.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking, I think this is kind of like inspired by, you know, how they say when you have surgeries, there's a movie about it called The Eye. Some bitch like gets somebody else's like eyes donated to her and she starts to
that
see.
Jessica Alba movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So she starts to see spirits
Like
and
dead people.
And even beyond that, like I had a conversation in one of my other podcasts about like some dude had like some type of liver transplant or an organ transplant. And all of a sudden, he's craving weird foods that he found out the guy before him liked.
That's crazy.
And I remember I joked when we did that one. I was like, what if you got like a guy's kidney and all of a sudden he just started like craving dick?
What the fuck?
Like you just turned gay like after the procedure.
I'm like, take this damn kidney back.
Yeah.
I don't want it no more.
Give me a straight one.
Put me in the dirt.
Give me a straight one.
Give me a straight one.
You put that on your medical form, bro. No gay kidneys.
Yep.
Hell no.
In capital letters.
But no, so for this one, I put, oh yeah, old girl that tries to bang dude. So he runs into old girl at the clinic with the earpiece. And I can't remember if she had said she had been living with the shit for a while. Because she seemed like she knew the deal.
Yeah, kind of. I think she had gotten it when she was a kid. Because she said that when her parents, she said something about her parents getting it done.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she got it when she was a kid.
Yeah.
So what, she can only hear them but not see them.
Yeah, so she can only
been
hear
cool
them.
with that one. I'd been cool with hearing them but not seeing them.
I don't know, dude. That's toughy. Because you close your eyes, you don't see nothing.
They be in your ears.
You can't close your ears, though.
Nah,
Like the Yin Yang twins.
He was like, "There's a creepy dude standing behind you." She's like, "I know, I hear him," and I would have much rather heard that dude and looked at him because that shit was creepy.
I guess you could just wear earbuds all day. But then you, like, fuck up your hearing aid, probably.
Yeah, turn that bitch off.
Mm-hmm. And I like how, like, her go-to move was, like, yo, we're just gonna bang.
Yeah, I was like, what
it
the
looked
fuck?
like she wanted it.
She smashed that beer,
Yeah.
turned on the techno music.
She was thirsty for it, bro.
She went
Yeah.
in knowing what she was gonna do. She went in and got straight to business. She said, "You got any painkillers? Anything?"
I know. I was like, who the fuck?
You guys think in that
Yeah,
scenario, like, you see ghosts all around, you could just, like, bang out some chick?
Hell no.
"Fuck no!" Like seeing them in the background. Mm-mm.
I'd be like a little worm.
So how do you guys think would be, like, the most ideal way to survive this scenario of, like, seeing ghosts in your... One second. That guy had a fucking mansion, bro. That guy's
Dude, that's
crib
what I'm
was
saying.
dope
It
than a
was sick,
motherfucker.
bro, on
He
the
had
side of the
doors.
mountain and shit.
Yeah, his doors slide and everything.
That
No
shit
doors
fucked
is
me up.
sliding in houses.
He walks in, he unlocks his door, walks in, and it's right back outside.
He was in, like, his front yard was just a jacuzzi, bro. It was a
That's what I'm
patio with a
saying,
jacuzzi
like, he walks
and a
in,
pool.
and he's like right back outside. All you see is the other side of the mountain and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the fuck?
That was definitely a tight ass house. I ain't even gonna lie.
That was fire as fuck.
Fucking side of the mountain and shit.
Another thing, I wasn't impressed with the ghosts. I didn't think the makeup was all that impressive.
Shit,
I
it
don't know,
was
that little
cool.
girl scared the fuck out
Yeah.
of me. I hate little.
I jumped.
You
I-
jump when he saw her?
Once.
When she's under the blanket and he's all like, oh, fuck.
Nah,
that part was expecting.
It was when she was in the hallway and she's like at the end and then he like falls back and then like looks again and she's like up in his face. That's when I was like, oh shit. Then
I'm not gonna lie. I had a cup of lemonade in my hand when I was watching that part, and the lemonade spilled on me. That's how hard I jumped. I'm not even playing. I like that's the one thing I don't play about. Like in the scary movies when you have like the little twin girls or whatever.
Yeah.
In the white, they're always in the white dress like she was. That shit gets me it fucks with me every time.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the first time it probably fucked with me, but I've seen this movie like 30 times. And like I said, after going back over it so many times, now I'm kind of like less appreciative of like probably the initial feeling I had when I first seen it. But I remember it's the guy in the suit with like the tie or the bow tie or some shit. It's like he's going to prom. The little girl and then the fat old dude in like the whitey tighties. That
With the
nigga still
rope
creeps
around
me
his
out.
neck. He had the rope around his neck too.
Yeah, see, so I thought there was like gonna be something deeper to it. So I forget that there was an analogy that they're just short stories, because I'm like, man, there's gonna be something deeper to this. So like,
There was
I,
things said subtly that you probably didn't catch.
I'm like, there was one thing. So for example, the doctor, they both got the same procedure done by the doctor. So I was like, okay, then there probably is gonna be something with the doctor coming up. And then she mentions her uncle Pete or whatever the fuck his name is. I'm like, okay, so what's up with that dude? You know what I mean? Like, why? What happened with him? And then like with the guy in the suit and the little girl,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, this dude said he was in a car accident. I'm like, so this must be the people that he killed in the car accident and how he got the eye. But I just wasn't getting none of that shit.
Yeah, so I think what it
I
is.
guess I was just thinking about it too much.
Nah, you did it right. Like those are little subtle hints they dropped in dialogue that kind of tell you the background story that unless you look into it or you watched it a handful of times, you probably won't catch. So I don't think the doctor was evil. I think the pharmaceutical company that was handing out these implants or whatever is kind of this umbrella corporation,
Exactly.
Resident Evil style. It's an evil corporation.
Exactly.
So like they're giving out these like spare parts that have these like fucking side effects they don't care about. And as for she says the girl is the one who's really dropping all these hints. She's like, "Did you ever do anything bad to somebody?"
Right.
Like that's where these hauntings are coming from. And she's like, "My uncle, he wasn't a good person."
Exactly.
So I don't know if that means that he was a pervert, he was abusive.
Yeah.
He had to do with some shit like that. And then, like you said, he had a rope around his neck. So I'm guessing maybe he killed himself.
That's the vibe that I got when, like, once it was like nighttime and he showed up in his fucking underwear right there at the window, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's him. He wasn't a good person." I'm like, okay, he must have been a pervert. He's showing up at night in his underwear. That must have been what he did to her when she was a kid or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And now he's just stuck with her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you caught it too, how the dad and the daughter, how old boy said he was in a car wreck.
Exactly.
So you caught that then. I'm assuming those are the people he killed in his car wreck.
Exactly. I'm like, this dude must have been a drunk driver, and that's who he killed, and they came back to fuck his ass up.
Yeah, so once again, that's bringing back what I'm telling you is something that's good storytelling is when you kind of, the people who bad things are happening to, they've made mistakes. That's why these things are kind of, it's a balance.
Right.
So that's kind of in good storytelling, like telling you like they did these things. That's why there's repercussions for them. That's why this bad shit's happening.
I see. I guess so.
But no, and did you guys catch at the very end, right? Whenever all the ghosts gang up on old boy, and he cuts his own fucking eyeball out.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I could never. I don't have it in me.
That shit, when they did that, it's weird how they did that, a scene, because they just went, you didn't see the knife come up, all you seen was the blood splatter. Like at the end of a video game, like when you die, like on zombies, where you see the blood hit the screen, and then it just goes like faint. That's what it looked like whenever he stabbed his eye out.
Yeah, that's like, because his eye was supposed to be the video camera, you just got to see red.
Yeah.
That was cool as fuck.
I was like, what the fuck?
And then he puts it down in the restroom, right? And do you guys catch that when he's seeing all the spirits around him after he's cut his eye out, the girl that died in the pool is right next to him?
Nah, I didn't see that.
She was standing next to old boy in the whitey tighties.
I didn't see that.
But like I said, I barely caught that like my 10th time running this motherfucker
That's another
back.
thing, was like, was she trying to kill him when they was in the pool, or what was going on with that?
Mm-hmm.
It looked like he was trying to save her, but the ghost was, because she said the more you interact with them, the more they can hurt you. And so I guess they was just interacting a little too much with the ghost, and it really just pulled her under. And he was trying to save her, so.
It felt inevitable. Like, by the point where she was getting drug out of the house into a pool, it was like, okay, they're going to get you no matter what. You can't do shit.
All right, then.
Them ghosts are about to just, like, teabag you.
Yeah.
All types of shit. And, but yeah, so then they shove the fucking eyeball down old boy's throat. Fire. That was like a perfect ending. In my head.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, too.
I didn't, when he took the eyeball out, he turned around and walked out like he just couldn't see the ghost no more.
So he couldn't see him
He couldn't,
anymore. So
but
he would they could still grab his ass.
Because he interacted with him too much.
Mm-hmm.
So they could now touch him. So now he grabbed the eyeball. He's like, he's seen the eyeball fall, and he's like, oh fuck. He's just like, no, and he just shut that motherfucker down his throat.
Yeah, so I'm guessing like in this universe, like if you peel back the curtain a little bit, as soon as you get just a peek, then all of a sudden they're just gonna tear the motherfucker open, and that's how that went down.
Yeah,
But nah, so that was clinical trial. So we're gonna go and rate the shorts instead of just the overall movie. So what would you guys think of that short, 1 to 6?
Shit, I'll give it like a 3.5.
I say like a 3. It was good, but it was I expected more. I didn't think it was gonna end. I like he said. I thought that it was gonna be like a bigger story because this was the first short.
Yeah.
So I coming into the movie like I was like, oh, this is what it's gonna be about, and then I realized that it was VHS after this short. But I thought this was gonna definitely expand larger. So I give
That's
it.
true. I should have told you guys it was an anthology. That would have helped.
I also was like, man, these kind of. I was like, I feel like these are creepy pastas. I was like, maybe I've read these before, and they just made these into real life. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure some of them have been concepts that are probably used before. But I'm with you guys. I think I'll go 3. Like it was cool, but it's nothing like I get excited about. All right. So after this one, the next one is Ride in the Park. It's the guy on the bike. The guy that turns into the zombie, and then we see a day in the life of a zombie, pretty much.
Yeah, I hate zombies. Like seeing zombie like because then it goes into when they're eating the bodies and stuff, and I hate the guts and just watching. That's just one thing I do not like in movies.
No, I thought that shit was tight because you never really see the point of view from a zombie, and I could tell that shit to my girl, bro. I was like, no, this is pretty cool. I was like, 'cause, like I said, you don't really see the point of view of a zombie and like what they go through. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's exactly what it showed.
A day in the life of a zombie. You know who fucking directed this? The guy who made the Blair Witch Project.
For real?
Yeah, I thought that was dope as fuck. That like somebody like with this popular of a movie that's video camera based came and did one of these little shorts, and it's a super simple fucking short, but like you said, the concept is unique and it's very dope.
Yeah, it was cool. And that one also had me left with questions. I'm like, damn, is he gonna go back to like see his girl or, you know, what is he gonna do now and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really understand. I liked it. Like I like this short. It's one of my favorites in the whole out of all of them. But I don't understand how in movies zombies are so like they're dumb. I mean, like they just walk and just eat. That's all they do. But this zombie had enough brains to just end himself because he was already badly
Stop,
hurt.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
But it was after he realized that he was a zombie. Like when he looked in the reflection, it was after he realized that he was a zombie that he was like, man, I fucked up.
He got like a conscience out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
I don't think zombies are supposed to have conscience. That's what really got me. I was like, damn, there's no whenever he grabbed the gun and I was like, there's no way. Right whenever he was about to blow his head off, I was like, there's no way he's about to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen a zombie do this before ever in any zombie movie. The Walking Dead, all of them, like no zombie has ever just blown his head off because he didn't want to be a zombie anymore.
Yeah, because universally zombies only have like a singular motive. It's like just keep going straight, keep finding people, keep eating.
Right.
And I like this story because I've been talking about how in stories it's important to paint a picture of why someone is bad before something bad happens to them. He does something different in this one where he paints a picture of why we need to feel sympathy for him. Because we hear him have a phone conversation with his girl, and that's how it ends. It all comes back around and brings back. That's what hearing his girl is what makes him decide to fucking end it all. And yeah, that's another thing. It's sort of been cooler if they would have expanded upon like what kind of zombies these were. Because if he had a conscience, other zombies in this universe probably had a conscience. But we don't really get any more into that, so that's just unique to this story. But like when you watch the trailer for the movie, they show this one a lot. Like the scene where he gets stabbed in the eye when he sees the teddy bear on the floor. He picks up the teddy bear and then the car runs him over and shit. Those are all just cool little unique things they did to show like this dude getting fucked up. But nah, dude, I thought it was fire. The first question I have is like, if you see someone that looks sickly, do you stop and help them?
Well, that's the thing is that they just saw him. They just saw the bite mark and saw that he was covered in blood, and they was like, "Damn, I wonder what could have happened to him." They was even questioning it. I wonder what could have gotten him. And then I was like, I was just waiting on it. I was like, wait, his ass about to get up. Then his hand started twitching. I was like, there we go. And this bitch ass got up.
Man, I couldn't. Me personally, I couldn't. I'd help from a distance if that makes sense. I'd be like, all right, go check no post. All right, I'm backing away at least 6 feet, like social distance. I'm staying away from this person because I don't know what got him. I don't know if it was some, uh, I don't know what it was. And if it comes back for more, then I gotta make sure I got enough room to run or get somewhere safe.
Okay, let me paint a really specific picture. You're at the gas station down the street. Some lady runs in. She's got a bite mark at the top of her arm, and she's like, "Ah, somebody bit me out there. Da da da. There's some nut out there biting motherfuckers." What is your move?
I don't know. I mean,
I finished buying my pack of cigarettes. I look at the storekeeper like, "This is your store, homie." Go outside, get into my car. Hopefully, I'm not attacked at that point, and I'm gone.
yeah, same thing, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going. And if he try to bite me, then it's gonna get real wicked. That's all. Like I just make sure I don't get in the vicinity of the person that bit her, and just try to go about my day, go home, and get ready because that sounds like a zombie.
Put that the motherfucker out of his misery.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was thinking. But like, say you're in a situation, right, and there's a dude acting like a zombie, but it turns out he's not a zombie. He's just mentally ill, and you just like head capped like some
Well, that's
some
what I
mentally
was gonna
challenged
ask.
dude,
Are
bro.
we in zombie circumstances, or is this just
We're in
regular
real
life?
life. We're in real life, but you've seen a lot of zombie movies, so you're like, I could save the world right here.
This
Nah,
motherfucker, bro.
no. I couldn't just end
Just
it all.
blah.
Yeah, in my head, I'm thinking a zombie, but then again, there are people that bite people because
There are
like,
consequences to
my
your
friend,
actions.
like my friend, I know a person personally. Like he got in a fight and he was fighting the dude, and he was just so nutted out. He bit him. He bit a chunk out of him, like a chunk out of the person.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that. He ain't no zombie, but like I'd have to know the concept. Just
Did
like,
the fight keep going after he bit old boy?
Nah, they broke it up. they
That's
He's like, yo,
fucking nutty,
you
bro.
just took a chunk out of him. We gotta break it up now.
That's fucked up.
We just start pulling them off and shit.
Getting bit hurts.
Bro, somebody bites me, I gotta bite him back.
No,
Flesh
yeah.
for flesh.
I'm shooting your motherfucking
Dog
ass.
and all, I don't care. Your dog bite me, I'm biting that dog back. It's simple.
Bust the
That's
cap in your
crazy,
ass.
bro. But now, so you mentioned on the scenes of where they're eating people. That initial scene of like where he's biting old boy in different spots trying to find the
Yeah.
money maker.
And then he gets in his belly.
His belly, I already knew what was gonna happen.
He
I
op-
was just like,
That
He,
shit fucked me up.
Remember they pull back his shirt and you're kind of looking at his waistband and his belly button. I remember me and my girl were like, "Oh, he's neat that cock." He's just gonna pull it out, bro, and just fucking.
Go to work
Snap
on
that bitch
motherfucker.
off, bro.
Nah, I didn't think that. I just thought it was fucked up, like how he was like going to work on his fucking intestines, and then
Yeah,
old
yeah.
girl comes back around,
She
and then
starts
this
going ham.
motherfucker gets up,
he said something like nothing's happening. Like, what's
Yeah.
up, y'all?
Mhm.
and then it just walk out with his shit hanging, bro. But
Then-
then I'm like, well, there was a one in the beginning that had one. His shit was hanging out too, so I'm like, it must be cool with it.
Like, what do you do if you wake up and you're a zombie? You got some kind of conscience in this movie.
Intestines
And
hanging
you
out.
just
and
look
shit.
up and your girl and a random dude just eating your intestines. Like,
going at your shit.
Don't even matter, man.
The fuck?
And then,
what kind of threesome is this?
hey, you know what else kind of fucks me up is after they do that and they all like mob to that park and they go to that little shelter, bro. It looks just like the fucking park up the street.
the Wyandotte County one.
Shit,
I thought the
It
exact
looked
same
I
just
thought
like
it
Wyandotte
looked-
County Lake,
I
man.
thought it looked like Antioch Park. I don't know if y'all ever been to.
I've been to
Antioch.
Antioch.
Park
It
like
looked
that,
like either one of them, bro.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that looked like Antioch
Nah,
Park.
Because there's a little table with the shelter,
Yeah.
bro.
That
I was
shit
like,
fucked
damn,
me
I
up.
swear we had a birthday party at that exact same shelter.
Bro, I was just picturing like, bro, we
Bro, I
was
was
all
just
kicking
there.
it, and there was just out of nowhere like 20
Zombies and
zombies
shit.
come out of nowhere.
We ain't gonna be able to hang out here at night no more, bro.
Oh.
That shit was fucking me up in that scene though. Whenever oh boy was hitting him in the head with a bat and then just throw the bat at him, like, bro, I'm gonna keep swinging that bitch. If that was me, I'm swinging till his head come off. Why the fuck would you keep swinging and then throw him the bat and then run away?
Yeah, you got to, man. Especially if you got a whole bunch of kids around and shit. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta show out.
And then the motherfucker with the gauge came out, and he pretty much let himself get attacked by that last zombie. Like, bro, you
Yeah.
could have busted him with that last shot, bro.
Or get him with one of the little with the back end of the rifle or
Yeah.
something. Just hit him with a swift little.
He just
Bow.
let himself get ate.
No.
Oh man.
That was all pretty cool, though. Because, like you said, we see this all from the perspective of the zombie. And I can't remember. He sees himself in the car, right? And that's when he stops. That's when he goes to get the teddy bear and shit.
Mhm.
And yeah, then what happens? He gets hit by the car, and then that's when his girl calls him.
No, he butt dialed her.
Oh,
She said you butt dialed me, and she was trying to talk to him, but you know he's a zombie. He wasn't responding. All it is on speaker. We could hear it, and she's just talking. That's when he just lost himself. But she did say that he butt dialed him.
That or through all that, his headphones were still in, but I think that'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah. Where do you think like would be the shittiest place to be like when a zombie apocalypse starts? Like in your day to day, say it's a weekend, you're out doing something. Where would be like the worst place?
Open area around a lot of people, because then everybody's just
Yeah.
chaos running, and you're stuck in the middle with.
Scared.
So what, like a store, or a mall, or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely the mall, because you're in a store and say you know your casual day or something. Say you're out with your kids, you gotta now worry about your kids, your girl, and you getting out of all these people moving in the same direction and panic.
Yeah, I'm with that one. That's
And you can't just run anywhere in the mall. We're in a building. We gotta find an exit. And there's only limited amount of exits unless
exactly.
you just blow out the wall or something.
So your main concern would be to get out of there, as opposed to like find a spot and fortify.
Yeah, I already got my spot. I already got my spot picked out for the zombie
I
apocalypse.
mean, what are we gonna do? I don't got none of mine. All my shit's at home.
Yeah, with guns, everything.
You're at a mall, man. The world's ending. You got free
They
range
ain't
to
got
grab
no
whatever
guns
the
at
fuck you
mall.
want.
They ain't got no guns at the mall.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a couple things while I'm going out the store, but it ain't gonna help me to fight.
Bro, I'm gonna run to Spencer's and grab all the dildos they got and just start taking motherfuckers out.
I'm
Heavy
going to-
blunt objects.
I'm going to the most expensive store, just grabbing everything off the shelf, and then running to safety.
Let me get these in a size 8 real quick.
John's gonna have Gucci belts all over his body, just tied like a ninja.
Man,
Bullets on 'em.
backpacks, everything.
With
I'm
the
walking
bullets
out,
on 'em.
walking out with a backpack full of shoes.
Gucci headband.
The Soldier Boy one.
Nah, dude. And then like how you said, I thought it was fire that the scene when he shoots himself in the dome, he puts it under his chin, right? And he's got a bike helmet on with the
That shit
GoPro.
was tight. And
So I'm like, does this helmet fly off? And then, and then you just see
and
the
then
camera
just
fucking.
spin in the air.
Yeah, somehow it lands directly on the camera angle where we can see his dead body just laying there.
That shit was tight. How the camera did that.
Nah, but so what would you guys rate that one, 1 to 6?
That was definitely, I liked it a lot. So pop 5.
Yeah, I give that one like a 5.
I'm stingy with the 6, but 5 because I liked it all. It's just some things could have been better.
I'll give it a 5 because he did a good acting when he threw up all that black shit that came out of his mouth.
Oh yeah, I forgot they did show a bunch of up close as motherfuckers just throwing up,
That shit was
Exorcist
cool.
style just everywhere.
all
I'm
black
like,
too.
damn, that sound like me.
After tipping off the Henny.
Yep.
Nah, but I'll go for it because I think it's a unique concept and I really liked it. But I don't think it was. It's just because it was short. If it was longer, I think, and we had more story, then yeah. But 4 just because of the length.
I think that's how a lot of these mini stories are. Is if they were longer, this would be a good ass movie. But
But so we go to the next one, Safe Haven.
Is that the Indonesian one?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cult.
About the
Yeah.
cult.
Yeah, that shit was fucking. That's my favorite one. That
The
top.
Billy Goat.
That shit was crazy.
That-
I just don't like the ending.
It was good up until that fucking goat.
Yeah.
The
He was
goat was questionable.
like hot papa or whatever you said. That. Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Nah, fucking. So the guys who made this movie, we know them or well, we've seen their shit. It's a guy named Gareth Evans. He's the guy who made. Remember that movie you watched at the barbershop with the Indonesian guys fighting, super violent than a motherfucker.
Yeah.
This dude. The Night Comes
The
For
Night
Us.
Comes For Us, yeah.
The Raid.
Yeah, hell yeah.
This is that dude, bro. His
Oh,
shit
shit.
is fucking recommended, bro. I love all that motherfucker's movies.
This one was this little movie whatever it was definitely. You could tell it was.
They put some time in this
Yeah.
motherfucker.
It was the longest one, wasn't it not?
Yeah, like I think it was probably 20 minutes, I bet,
It
at
was
least.
pretty good.
But the plot of it is it's people trying to make a documentary. Why am I fucking up on that word? Documentary? Trying to make a documentary about this cult. And they talked to the guy into going to his, what would you call that? A combine?
Yeah,
Fortress?
Combine, yeah.
They go they go into his fucking fortress to go get pretty much a day in the life of what's happening. And they legitimately pick the shittiest fucking day you
Yeah.
could have ever imagined to
Straight
go into this fucking fortress. That's me. But nah, dude, and you know the main guy, the cult leader, the old Asian man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He was in another short because there's another one of these, something similar called ABCs of Death. It's 26 letters of the alphabet, 26 shorts. Each short's supposed to represent one letter from the alphabet. And this old Asian dude, he was in one called L is for Libido, where this guy, directed I think by the same dude, he's in a fucking jerking off competition where if you, whoever nuts the slowest loses. And the old man wins this competition. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, you told me this already. This story.
Yeah. And it's just real fucked up shit like that. This old dude, he plays the nut and everything, and I love his shit. But nah, man, fucking, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in this short, bro. Like, there's the backstory of like the main interviewer, one of the producers banged his girl and got her pregnant.
Yeah.
All kinds of crazy shit that they got into this like 20-minute story. I don't know, like, and then whenever like everybody, it's a suicide cult, right?
Yep.
They all
That or
commit
like
suicide.
they turn into zombies afterwards or some shit.
They all murk themselves and then they turn into
They
zombies.
came back to life. Yeah.
And it just, the pacing of it is crazy because once it flips, like, did you guys see the part where he was like, the cameras are just shifting through rooms
Mm-hmm.
and you see the cult leader like carving up his stomach with the fucking knife? So you guys have kind of already said what you thought about it, but just what stuck out to you guys about this?
I liked how they fit so much information, like you said, backstory. Like how the dude went back to the car at just conveniently the right time and see that they confessed that old girl was pregnant by his best friend, and like all that little detail, and then with the whole cult and everything just was in that short span, but it was good too. They put a lot of information in short time, and it was a good outcome.
That and just the tone of it all was just cool. Like the look of it, that style is really clean and really
bro.
gritty and really dirty,
yeah.
bro.
It looked pretty like high quality more than the other movies.
The only thing that I necessarily, it's not even the thing that I didn't like, but it's just something that my brain kind of picked up on, was they had so many fucking cameras. So many cameras. There was a camera on the back of the car. There was a camera on the sound guy for some fucking reason. Everybody had a motherfucking camera. They had their interviewing cameras.
I think that was because they didn't know what to expect, though. You know, you're going into a cult, like, you know what you're going into. Like, this is definitely not a normal environment. I mean, you didn't know what was going to happen that day, but it's still an unknown environment. And of course, you're going to be camered up and catch everything.
Yeah, I think low-key they went there just to expose old boy as like a pedo, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what it made it seem like, because he was like, what's your relationship with the children? He was like, why do you ask? Or something like that, like real creepy answer that gave him like pedo vibes.
He was like, I'm saving them. I'm saving all of them. And fucking, he was just pretty much dealing out like cliche cult leader type shit.
Yeah.
We're going to walk into the kingdom hand in hand. Did you catch on when he says, I don't look upwards, I look forward? Meaning he's not looking at heaven like our traditional sense of what heaven is. But what do you guys think happened? Like, what's your theory for, like, what actually went down when all, like, the demon-y shit happened?
That they summoned some demon, Satan thing into the world, and that they gave the ultimate sacrifice type thing. Because you know how many people died in that cult, so all them deaths had to have sparked some kind of energy for them to be able to summon that demon, and they just gave him like the perfect gateway with the pregnant lady. So I feel like they just took that opportunity and went with it. I don't know if it was planned that this day that they were going to do this, or they knew that the lady was pregnant coming in, or what happened, but it was like the perfect opportunity. I feel like they needed a portal for the Satan, whatever demon, to get into the world, and that was kind of like the gateway, pulled it all together. So they're like, all right, we're going now.
I don't know. I think they needed. Well, I don't know. I think they needed like the right pregnant chick. Cause remember they had that other chick.
They're the one strapped to the table.
Yeah, that was like already cut up and shit.
That makes me think maybe they had reserves just in case she wasn't there.
Like she was already bursted through.
That's what I'm saying. That makes me think maybe they were practicing how they were gonna do it or some shit. Or maybe they had like backup pregnant chicks because at first he wasn't gonna let him go to the thing. They kind of had to like almost beg him to go.
Right.
Little did they
And
know.
he was drinking milk when they met him.
Ain't it? That's what my girl kept saying. This motherfucker's drinking milk in a diner. He's up to some shiesty
I
shit.
said, yeah, this nigga weird.
I
No.
don't know, kid. Like, what would you do in that situation? I mean, you see all them guns on the floor. My instinct would be like, okay, I'm grabbing one of these fucking guns and I'm gonna go crazy. I'm
Nobody
taking.
got it.
There was a lot of fucking guns, bro.
The banger, bro.
Man, there had to be because one dude had the gun and he was trying to kill himself and there was no bullets in there. So what if they only had one bullet? And then you're like,
Oh,
well,
that's true.
like, then that's what went through my head. And then I'm like, well, there's hella guns. There's some chance that there's one bullet in one of these
There was
guns.
a few shotguns he
Yeah.
picked up.
Bro, because there was one scene where 20 guys shoot themselves in the head,
Yeah.
like in sync. Like all of those handguns are
They
there.
all look like pistols.
So there has to be at least a couple bullets in each of them pistols. The revolvers or whatever they were using looked like they were the only ones that didn't have bullets. Like they only had one bullet. If there, I'd go searching every gun.
I think that was my favorite scene in the movie is where like the 10 guys or whatever hold revolvers to their head like in unison. Like that's just a crazy shock scene. Like,
And they're all
oh,
in sync.
It just fucks me up, bro. He's just walking room to room, and there's like a mass murder going on in this room. He goes to the next one. Boom, they shoot each other. He goes to the next one. It's just mass murder after another.
You know how many therapy sessions he's gonna go through?
That's what I'm saying.
seeing all the
It's
kids
fucked
fucking all
up.
dead, bro, in the
Yeah.
classroom, man. When they're all drinking the Kool-Aid and shit.
What fucked me up was that chick or whatever that thing that came out crawling out.
On the ceiling, that shit.
Yeah, because then he never came back. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like,
I tried to put that scene on TikTok like a year ago and I got banned.
For real?
The scene where, like how you're talking about, where the dude walks out of the room in his underwear and he blows up.
after the explosion.
Yeah, and then something crawls on the ceiling. I got
Yeah.
the crawling on the ceiling all the way when he goes back into the room, and the girl's on the table with them like devil-looking ladies holding her legs, and he's like tearing their fucking hands off their bodies and shit.
It looked like when he did that, they just died.
They exploded or some shit. That was weird as fuck, bro. That's just a crazy ass fucking scene.
But I want to know what the hell the thing crawling on the ceiling was.
I think that was just one of the ladies, bro.
It looked like it came out with whatever goat demon.
I thought it kind of went with the wraparound story, like whenever she like breaks her neck and
All
is walking
contorted and
backwards.
shit.
I'm like, oh well, maybe that's her. But I'm like, nah, why the fuck would she be in Indonesia? This is
Nah, it's just a whole nother thing. I think John kind of said it where they had to create this environment of like horrible energy. They had to do. I can't remember where I've heard of this before. That like, is it Satanism or some shit where like instead of doing good deeds, you're supposed to do like all these unspeakable acts as like kind of like a mockery to the traditional religion. That's why like there was a scene where he's walking through the rooms and there was a couple like banging. Some dude was banging some chick out and blood was like
just
squirting
everywhere. I was like, what the fuck? My little brother walked in and he was like, what the fuck you watching? I was like,
yeah.
bro.
My lady was like, bro, what is that? I'm like, oh no. I said, I think that was a. I was like, I hope that wasn't like kids though. You know what I mean?
Nah, bro. That was definitely just period sex.
That was the-
regular period
That
sex.
was that 2 a.m. scene.
Man, shit, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Nah, my boy was just getting his Red Wings.
Yeah, he's exploring some uncharted territory.
Clapping them cheeks.
Clapping them cheeks, bro. While she was on the rag.
No
She
lube.
was just.
He said, just put a towel down, it'll be alright. It's one of them guys.
Painting the walls.
Mm-hmm. But nah, that was just a weird little one-off. There's all kinds of scenes like that. You said this dude would need some crazy ass fucking therapy.
Man, that's why I don't even know if I could live life after seeing all that shit. That's some.
How would you guys react to what old boy saw when he found out that his boy had smashed out his girl and she was pregnant with his child?
I'd have went in there. on flips and just went.
Hell
I
yeah.
wouldn't give a fuck about anybody else. I'd have found him and just blew his top back.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I told my girl. I looked at her. I was like, "You realize you'd have to go. My boy would have to go. Everybody's got to go."
Yep.
I'm like, look, y'all looking for a sacrifice. These two right here. Hey, these two
That's
right
what I
here.
thought that was gonna happen. I'm like, oh, he's gonna set them up now and give her, because you know how the dude says like, they give me their wives and their daughters so I can make them pure or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, but now this motherfucker's about to give her up.
His best friend and his girl.
Yeah, so make them pure.
Yeah, that was a hell of a twist, bro, when they killed the interview guy, because they'd set it up kind of like if he was gonna be the main dude.
Like when he blew up.
The guy who was
Or the
interviewing,
dude in the
remember?
blue shirt? Yeah.
Yeah, because he was the one who was talking to the cult leader. He was the one making a lot of the shit move, and his boy was kind of a background character until he fucking got dome pieced. And then all of a sudden, his boy's the main guy now.
Yeah. That's kind of what fucked me up too.
They did that in such a sly way too, because he's the one that got the girl pregnant, so that was his kid. So when it comes out, he had to be the one to end.
So at the end of it, it had to be him. Like that shit was fire. I didn't expect that.
Me either. That's why I said I like this one so much.
The dude said it was an honor to meet you. Wow. Like what the fuck? What kind of shit is that?
I know. And then okay, so now we can talk about what we've all been joking about, the goat. So the scene where she's on the table on her back and this fucking like knife comes out of her stomach. That part, fire. And then we see a goat head come out. Okay.
Like I see the shadow, I'm like, okay, that's cool.
It's a little weird, but then you see like it's got a 8-inch neck, and that's kind of when I was like, that looks fucking dumb.
And then you see a whole motherfucking body come out.
I ain't gonna lie. At first, I thought it was Satan coming out. I thought they summoned Satan. You know, when you see Satan, he kind of has like the goat head or whatever, or some kind of distorted head in every movie or whatever he was in. So I'm like, oh shit, they just summoned Satan himself, and they come out being a goat. I'm like, what the fuck is this? With big ass wings
and when you see the full body, bro, I think it looks like a Power Ranger villain. Like, you know, them guys in the suits that are like destroying the town, like their arms are like this and they're just fucking flailing.
What fucked me up was like the shots of like where it shows her on the table and her legs dangling off.
Oh, and they look computery as shit.
It looks like one of your stuffed animal legs just hanging over the table.
They
bro.
just look like little fucking, they look like little licorice, bro.
Yeah,
Just fucking.
like just stuffed pants.
I was gonna make a TikTok series about like just from that I got inspired like shoddy CGI. And just show like what her actual legs look like, and then the angle you're talking about where the goat head's coming out, you just see these weird ass fucking
legs.
Yeah, I was gonna do that because I noticed that too. That bugged me. But fucking I don't know, dude. I didn't like it. I think it kind of fucked me up and take me out of the moment a little bit with the goat head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like right at the end, I'm like, bro, that shit's stupid. My girl started laughing too.
That's why I said this was one of my favorite ones, but just the way it ended just fucked with me. It's like, why would you end it this way? It was such a good,
put all that money into it.
a good fucking movie skit, little scene, whatever, and you fucked it up with a goat head. It could have been so much more. You could have had fucking one of those things from you ever seen Stranger Things? Kind of one of those Demogorgons come out that motherfucker at least.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, they chose a fucking goat.
I googled, like, I was reading about what people thought that was, and they said they think it's something called a Baphomet. You ever heard of that? It's pretty much just a goat demon. Like, that's what all the pictures of it looks like. But if I remember, the thing about a Baphomet is that it's sexless.
Well, the goat is like supposedly the animal of Satan.
It's always like symbolic of Satan somehow, right? But like, no, that reminded me of so Baphomet doesn't. I can't remember either if it has 2 sex organs or it doesn't have either one. I think it has 2 of them. And I remember reading this conspiracy before it that they thought the Kardashians were turning Bruce Jenner into the Baphomet.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Because he had the wiener and then now he has the lady part too. That kind of fucked me up.
Damn.
I can see where
I can't say the word because we'll probably get blocked off YouTube.
Get canceled.
Yeah. Like, we ain't even famous yet.
In it, bro. But no. I don't think that fucked it up, though. I mean, it was kind of corny, but overall, like, I think it was just such a good fucking short that, like, it's up there for me. That's probably one of my favorite little shorts of all time.
Nah, it was cool. I mean, but like I said, they put all that effort into the rest of the clip. They could have put a little bit more effort into the goat.
Yeah, at least made them look a little better. Like, a little more
scarier.
scarier. Yeah, like
goofy as hell.
Yeah, like realistic.
Like, boy, this what I'm running from. Make
like,
your goofy ass out of here.
Yeah, if I was remembering, like, I know this motherfucker gonna kill me, but I'm not scared of
like
it.
great value devil.
Fucking at the very end, when old boy was trying to run in his car and then it crashed and he was like crying into the camera and he had like fucking moco and shit coming out.
Yeah.
You think that was CG boogers, bro? Because that shit was like majestically hanging.
They're like one of those.
I wasn't paying attention.
Look like one of those.
I just kept looking at his eyes. It was like bloodshot, just fucked up.
He was like drooling and shit.
Yeah, like when you see people like spit and then suck it back up, like
that's what it looked like, bro. like that snot nigga was hanging.
I thought
like
he was gonna come like that motherfucker all the way back up. But
suck that shit up, bro.
After you seen all that, bro, I don't blame old boy. I'd have been fucked up. You'd be traumatized, dog. You would never be able to come back from that.
Yeah,
1 to 6. What do we got, fellas?
that one's getting a 5.
Mm, I'm gonna give that one a 4.5, man.
So you like zombies better than that one?
Yeah, the zombie one was cool.
Yeah.
I like them.
That's fine. Like I said, to each his own.
I like the zombie one.
That one I'll go 5 too. Because like I said, I can't. Because in my head, a 6 is something flawless.
Yeah.
I think if the goat hadn't been there, it had a shot at a 6.
Yes, I'm telling you, something more scarier, more like, oh shit, like this looks scary and it's gonna fuck me up. Would have got it a 6. It's like I could pet that goat, but it's still gonna kill me.
Like, you know what I saw when the goat showed his head? You ever heard like the tape distorting sound?
Yeah.
That's what I heard whenever the goat popped out. I was like, skirt. I was like, this is what I'm running from.
This is the reveal.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I felt that too. Like, oh, that's dumb.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Man, get the fuck out the car.
Nigga, you could have just had another zombie come out of it, and I probably would have been more
Fight him.
terrified.
Man,
I was more scared of the kids getting stuck in the room with them kids.
man, in the classroom.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Shit. Or how about the scene when the Asian ladies were carrying an old girl on like the table or whatever,
And
or were they
was
just carrying it? And they were like
They was-
screaming and shit.
It looked like they was giggling and laughing and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? These bitches are nuts.
Oh, bro, before we move on back to that old man, his acting in that shit was
That shit was cool, bro. He
insane.
jumped
Oh.
on that table.
Man, when he killed old boy,
Cut his motherfucking
yeah,
throat.
when he did that, when he cut the throat, I was like, that was one of those scenes where they did good with the editing and all the
That
effects
motherfucker
and
dead
shit.
in real life.
Yeah, I was like, damn, how did they film this scene and him still be alive?
My lady kept saying that I was crazy for watching this type of shit.
Hmm
I said, it's not me, it's Chris.
That's what everybody always tells me, bro. They're like, man, you always try to put me on some serial killer
Yeah,
type movies.
She's like, well, tell him he's not right.
Or like,
I'll make sure to say that.
nah, I liked how like this old dude was basically like this whimsical ass Willy Wonka character though, because like after he kills old boy in the room, you know, he gets up, slicks his hair back in fucking blood, and he just like humming.
And spits the blood out too, like he got some in his mouth and he just.
And
Even
even
singing that Jesus song, bro, like it sound like the song they sing when you're leaving church. I don't know how it goes, but you clap your hands with it. That motherfucker just jamming that shit.
clapping it, bro, like in the black churches.
Nah,
I'm
it's
gonna let it shine.
nah, I had to find it, but
I like how you thought about humming it and you stopped yourself.
He's almost saved the embarrassment.
yeah.
Nah, but yeah, like even in the scene where the Asian ladies are carrying the pregnant chick, he's in the background when they're laughing, like still dancing and humming and shit. Like to me, that's just a golden performance. Like it gets off like, oh, this dude's a fucking nut.
And then they stop. He's like, nah, let's keep going. And then just goes right back to singing.
It's crazy because, like you said, he did do good acting. I've not seen him in any other movies.
He's only in this specific dude's movies, bro. I'll push you on some of his shit. It's fucking
Yeah.
fire. All right, but the next one. I don't even think I wrote down the real name of the short. I just called it Alien. I think it's something Slumber Party. So, I like the start of it. Like, it reminded me of, like, you know, being younger, just doing hood rat shit with my friends. Just acting up, being goofy. The only thing that, like, threw me off, because this one is pretty much just about kids having a sleepover, aliens attack. Is that pretty much it in a nutshell?
Yeah.
And there's a part where they're trying to play a prank on the sister, and they do a bunch of pranks, but the one that stuck with me is when like she's getting it in and they just cock block her
Ran up in
completely.
there. That shit fucked me
Hey, if my siblings did that, I swear to God, it'd be the last day on earth. Like, how you gonna come in there and embarrass me like that in front of my company in the middle of an intimate moment? Like, bro, come on, gang. You're not supposed to do that. That was cock blocking at its finest.
At its finest, bro. You had older siblings growing up, bro. Was this you at
Shit
all?
was funny. Kinda.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't busting in like that. Well, I mean, I kind of did once, but I was just kind of doing whatever.
You didn't have like a strobe light and techno music and shit?
Nah, I was making sure that I got my cut so my mouth stayed shut.
My boy.
And my siblings know not to cover the door like that. They knock, even if I just be chilling there with a female, they knock before they come in. They
Mhm.
already know not to come in my door at all.
I think how old were these kids supposed to be? You think though they were like middle school age, right?
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
10, like 11,
So
12,
they're a little bit younger than you
preteen.
guys. Really, me and you were old. We're old men.
I'm not that young.
You said a little bit younger than us, bro. That's a lot of bit younger than us. That's
Yeah.
12 fucking years old.
Listen, dude, I don't want to admit that I'm creeping up on a big monumental year coming up. Okay.
With that big 3-0.
Yeah. So this was almost 20 years ago for me. So let's not talk about it.
More like 8 for me.
Shit. But nah. So I like these kids, dude. They were kind of like colorful. Like they were wearing robot suits and shit.
They were acting like kids.
Yeah, that's what really made me think that they were younger. So at the beginning, when they had the robot suits on, that's something like younger kids would do, like
real
dress up.
suburban
And,
kids.
yeah, you could tell they ain't never seen a bad thing in their life.
That's
There's
little
that's-
Nexa kids right there.
man.
Living it
Nexa
up.
Leewood kids. That's the kids my son goes to school with.
Yeah, them private school kids.
Yep. That's some private school kids.
Yeah, this movie's a good example of why I'd never want to live like really secluded.
Yeah, I always have to have a
Yeah.
neighbor.
Fuck that.
You say yeah, man, but I imagine you at some point going like, "I want my own land."
I mean, I do want my land,
ATVs.
but shit, I'm gonna be right outside the city, bro.
That's still too far, bro.
Nah.
If I can't like throw a rock at my neighbor's house, it's too far.
Nah, I'll be alright.
Even where I'm at right now, it's too secluded. I don't like it.
That's just what I mean, bro.
Like this is like a cool spot. You got your own area where you can do whatever, but
Yeah, hella
it's not
land.
too far. But you still not in the secluded. You got a main street right there. Like,
Listen, I need to be able to open my front door and do a dead sprint, and within 20 seconds, knocking on somebody's door. If I try to run out of my spot right now, bro, it'll take me a solid like 2 minutes to get somewhere, and I don't like that.
To the next house.
I don't like that. Like, cause imagine just 2 minutes, you just fuck
Go to
that.
the church. There's always somebody.
Even worse, bro. They're probably the ones that are gonna do something to me.
This whole movie we talking about.
They're gonna open the door in cloaks and shit, like
Yeah.
you've come.
It's time.
We've been waiting for you.
And then it's like a Spanish church. They're gonna be like, "Bienvenidos, amigo."
Yeah, sorta.
Fuck all that, bro. But nah. So this one did something unique because they put a camera on a dog, and that's where we see like the shit from.
Yeah, I like that because it's like he said, you see like the zombie point of view. This one you see the dogs, like in the whole situation. Even at the end when the aliens take the last person, the dog doesn't go. The dog drops down and dies. Like you see the whole, like I say about 50% of the movie, or yeah, 50% of the short from the dog's perspective because the camera's on the dog. I liked how they did that.
At some point, I was like, all right, this ain't no dog. This is just a camera with some scruffy ass fur on the top of it.
That's what I told my girl as it dawned on me. I was like, this is like a camera. I'm pretty sure because you can't trust a dog to catch shit, bro.
I said, ain't no way that dog's following it.
It's
like
a
that.
camera with like a little bit of fur on the bottom of it,
And a shag.
and there's a nigga carrying it, and they like spliced in dog sounds.
It just horned it low to the ground.
I kept bouncing back and forth on what I thought of the alien look, because at some shots it did look dumb as shit.
Like in the water, it looked dumb as fuck. It looked like when it was underwater and you could see the alien under the water. I don't know if y'all caught that. In the back, it was like a short glimpse, but like they just look so unrealistic. Like we have a image
Alien?
of what an alien looks
Yeah.
like. Yeah, well, we ain't never seen an alien firsthand, so how aliens are pictured. That first scene was it looked like like some kind of Loch Ness monster instead of alien.
I didn't like when they had all the aliens, like they do wide shots and all the aliens were like standing in a group. It looked like a bunch of guys in Green Man costumes. Like that's all I kept thinking. Like it just looks like three dudes in the woods in Green Man suits.
Yeah, I didn't like how they portrayed the aliens in this short at all because how they just moved and everything. They moved like zombies, kind of like slow and brainless. Like how aliens are to us, like they're smarter than us.
There were scenes where I thought that this was like you ever heard of Lil Mayo, the alien? There were scenes where I thought that I was watching a video of him.
Let me see.
He does like rap videos. He like smoke weed and shit.
Lil Mayo, bro.
Yeah, you gotta look him up, Lil Mayo. That shit cracks me up. I was like, bro, this looks like a Lil Mayo video.
Lil Mayo. Hold on, I gotta screen share this shit.
A musical artist.
All right, here.
So he raps as an alien.
I guess so. I just not seen a couple videos of him.
No.
Alien's gonna pop up through there.
But fucking the scene where they're on the pier, bro, and the aliens crawling towards them with the light, like it looks
That
genuinely
one fucked me
creepy.
up, yeah.
Yeah, I did like that.
And there were some scenes where like they showed the claws a little bit better and like the design looked cleaner. But then, like I said, there was other scenes where it just looked goofy.
Looked like a fucking
Like
Ray
unreal.
video.
Like I would have Spartan kicked the hell out of that.
Like-
out of that alien.
Like Rose said, it looked like Lil Mayo.
Like a Ray, like a little Ray video, yeah. Like some TikTok challenge.
Okay, but this one did a good example of the opposite of what I was speaking about in the earlier shorts, in terms of developing a compass or a balance of morality and why these people deserve to have bad things happen to them and why they don't. They didn't. There was none of that. Like we just saw these kids being assholes and being goofy. The sister, I guess they kind of did. The sister and her man were kind of assholes to each other back and forth, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end, they all bite the dust. Even the dog.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. Their little friends got jacked at the slumber party. Her man got jacked at the slumber party. And then it's just the girl and her two brothers running through the woods, right? And they get picked up. Am I tripping or did the alien bite the bitch?
They took her. It was like a group of them.
Yeah, they get bit her on the cheek.
It looked like the beginning of some like bad porno.
Mhm.
It was about a gangbang that bitch, bro. They all took her and shit.
So they're like eating them, right?
I don't know. They just took her. I didn't see no.
I didn't see. I don't know. I might have missed that.
Because when the part where they're in the barn and they're climbing up and she hands him the dog.
No, they just took her.
I thought I saw it like bite her cheek and you saw like blood go.
Nah, I don't remember that.
I don't know.
just thought they took her.
Maybe I missed that.
Because I've seen this a lot and I don't remember that
Yeah.
until this last time and maybe I'm just tripping.
I think I seen it. I don't know. I remember, but maybe that was a zombie flick. Maybe that was a zombie short. I don't know, but maybe she did get bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they just missed it.
Or another scene I liked in this, bro, was when the kid gets dragged out of the house in the sleeping bag and they put him in the lake.
Yeah.
Like
he
how
was the one,
fucking
like,
crazy
what
is
the
that,
fuck?
bro? He's like in the sleeping bag with the camera, with the dog with the camera, right? And water's all around him and he's screaming and shit. I was like, yo, that's wild.
That fucked me up.
And then the last scene where he gets fucking abducted, bro, through the top of the barn. He's
yeah,
holding the dog. There's lights and wind and shit. And then he drops the dog.
He did that on purpose. There ain't no way he did that. He accidentally. I'm holding on to that dog.
Save yourself.
Yeah.
Fucking killed it.
I felt something, bro. I'm not really a big dog person, but even seeing like the dog like
Just-
whimpering and shit with
yeah.
the camera on its face was like, oh, it's sad as fuck.
Motherfuckers are savages.
I felt some type of sympathy for that dog.
I ain't care about nobody else though.
Yeah, all the other characters was like the little kids. I ain't feel bad for them nothing. They were like weirdos. Anyways, like dude got caught jerking off.
Yeah.
I was like, yo,
Yo, that's a party foul, bro. You don't do it in a room with other
with
motherfuckers,
other
dog.
men. He's like, you're coming while we're sleeping. I was like, damn, he's a savage.
Motherfucker was yanking it.
So what do you guys think? 1 to 6.
That one probably a 3.
Yeah, I said like a 2.5 or 3.
Yeah, I'll go 3 just because I liked it vaguely. I thought it was creative with a dog and shit.
Yeah, I just didn't like the aliens. The aliens was a big just.
All right, so now we're talking overall. What would you guys rate the whole movie overall?
Out of 6.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like 4.5, 5.
Yeah, I say 4.5, 5. Between a 4 and a 5.
Yeah.
I go 5. I would almost say 6, but
No.
5.
I feel like some were good and like that last one just kind of killed it.
Yeah, I just feel like there's some parts that I just can't overlook, like the goat and the aliens. Just the way they portrayed this big bad character or the scary character just wasn't a good fit for it.
I compare this to like, cause I'm ranking this in terms of as a found footage movie, so video camera movie. So compare it to like Paranormal Activity or fucking Blair Witch Project.
Well,
I like it better.
yeah, I don't know. I'd go with Paranormal Activity better.
You like Paranormal Activity better?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
scared the
respect
fuck
that.
out of me.
Fucked me up.
Yeah, those scared the hell
Shit,
out
I was
of
at the shop, like, what the fuck? Watching the next of kin. We were at the shop jumping at that.
Well,
shit.
that was different, bro. That one had a full-on Silent Hill character at the end of
You
it.
be watching scary movies and you couldn't hear?
Yeah.
You jump and just fuck somebody over here. Cut off. Somebody's having a bad day.
That does sound like a hazard, bro.
You're getting a high fade today.
Bro, he said, you wanted it low. We're going to take this up a few inches.
Yeah.
This part fucked me up. Don't blame me. Blame that bitch with the distorted face.
And, no, man, but I really like this one.
Nah, that was a good movie for sure. I didn't like the parts. Like, just there's parts where I didn't like that you just can't overlook. That's why I gave it like a 5.
Yeah, I feel that. I just think that in terms of like all the other ones, this one's the closest thing we'll ever get. Because like I said, I know a fuck ton of video camera movies, and this one's just, I'm like, all right, I like this better than 99% of them, maybe a 6. So I'm 5 or 6 in the middle. Probably 5.5. So other shit to talk about. So the one that kind of stuck with me was I've been reading about this thing on Facebook that happened locally. This crime. You guys heard about it?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
In Kansas City, Missouri.
Yep. With the lady?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucked,
I
bro.
don't think I heard about it.
Yeah, bro.
So let me just pretty much, I remember the article pretty well because it sticks with you once you hear it. So apparently there was a woman who called the cops, and she was calling the cops, and she told the dispatcher, the devil's trying to get me, or the devil's attacking me, I need help. So the cops go to her place, and they see blood on the front porch or on the door or some shit outside. And they start knocking on the door, trying to get her to open the door. And they hear the lady singing inside. They don't say what she was singing. She was just singing. And the louder they knocked, the louder she started singing. And so they break in the door because she's being erratic. And when they break in the door, they notice that they find a body of a kid with its head cut off.
Well, I thought they found that they saw the head, and that's why they kicked the door in.
Yeah, they saw the head, I guess, like on the couch or something, right?
They saw the head of a decapitated child, and then they kicked the door in. She was covered in blood and shit.
So she's covered in blood, and then they find the dog in the basement with its head cut off. And I guess my girl was telling me that, like, I guess she had drowned the kid first and then decapitated the kid.
I didn't read all that. I was just kind of like, nah, cool.
And
But they said that there was like 3 other kids. They haven't said anything about.
They weren't there.
They weren't there.
Yeah. It's a little 6-year-old, I think.
Yeah, he was 6 years old. That's my kid's 5, bro.
So what, was she trying to summon something or what, like some kind of ritual or something? Because decapitating somebody sounds like you was gonna sacrifice them and just.
I think she was just fucked up in the head.
I think she was just schizophrenic, had a psychotic break or some shit, something crazy, man. But whenever I heard this story, the first thing that came to mind was like this idea that maybe, having a child, anybody could do it. It's anybody's God-given right. Should it not be sometimes?
I don't know.
Because the ability there is an ability for people to be sterilized, and you could only have a kid when you were proven that you are ready to have a kid or capable of having a kid.
I mean, I can see where you're coming from, but then again, I've had a lot of, like me being younger, there's a lot of people my age that have kids. I have a couple friends that were sophomores and had kids. And for them, it helped better their life for real. Like, they grew as a person with the baby. And, several people. I have several friends, sophomores, juniors, seniors that have pregnancies, and it changes them, like makes them more responsible, whatever. Like, helps them grow up faster, and they're perfectly fine. But I feel like some people just it be accidents, and they get over it, overcome whatever obstacles they're facing, and still turn out okay with the baby. But then there's other situations like this where people could be mentally ill, bring a child into the world, and that child is unprotected at all around that individual. But that's all they know is dad or mom, so they're going to feel comfortable around them, and then they could just flash out and just decapitate them. So it could go either way. It could be, I can see where you say yeah, but then again, sometimes having a baby could help shape a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt that.
And I think that like yeah, there are good examples of people having kids young, and like how you said, it helps to shape them into better people. However, though, I don't think you can make the argument that having the kid later in life would have been easier.
I mean, I have a couple people that said their son or even saved them, even going as far as saying that because they were heading down the wrong path, and then say if they didn't have that kid, they could be in jail or something, did something worse, like something bad, like in the moment because they ain't have nothing to lose. But then all of a sudden you have this kid, and you just it stops you from making that other decision to go do something stupid and then end up. So I could.
Okay, but let me flip the question to you like this: say 10 years or 20 years, you have kids, right?
Mhm.
And now you got a daughter or a son that's in high school. Would you prefer for them to have the kid in high
Oh
school?
no, I wouldn't. It's not nobody's dream to have a kid in high school,
That's
but
what I'm saying. So universally, it'd be better for it to happen later.
yeah, actually, yeah,
So like, fucking, what I'm saying is that I don't support this, but like, there's an idea that everybody gets sterilized at birth, and you have to go to the government and get some type of card or some type of like an okay from a health official, government official or something. And that would, I don't know, I just feel like that would be a way to stop some of this like atrocity type shit that happens when like people just murk their kids or do fucked up, just sell them into fucking sex slavery or some shit.
yeah. I feel like they should definitely put some kind of like where some people like some way of checking to make sure somebody's mentally stable enough to have a kid because I don't know like if I had to go ask permission from somebody to have a kid and I'm 30 something years old and I have to go ask the government if I can have a kid or can they fix my body to where I can what's it called
Produce.
produce reproduce then that make me feel like that's just me and my manhood.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have to go ask them to be able to reproduce. Like I wouldn't like. I'd rather just like them be able to find some way to make sure somebody's mentally stable enough, or make sure they don't have no type of disability or disorder like schizophrenia or something.
Yeah, because where that gets shaky, bro, is then it would turn into this like weird fucking thing of where if the government gets to say who has kids, then like they'd find some way to fuck that up and like it'd be a money thing. People with
Yeah.
money are the only ones having kids. Poor
Yeah,
people
I don't
can't
see
have
that.
kids.
I don't
It'd
see.
go bad.
Yeah,
That's like a Black Mirror episode.
I can see that happening too.
But fucking, I don't know. That's just what I thought of when I heard this story because I was like, man, some people just shouldn't have them.
Yeah, there's
Nah,
some
for
people you
sure.
look at like, damn, he should not have a kid.
But no. So besides that, when you guys think of any other current events, have you guys ever aspired to want to like be in the Olympics?
I don't know what I'd go
I like
for.
like the X Games, but I don't like the Olympics for real. I like the snowboarding and shit. I guess around the Olympics.
So you'd be Winter Olympics?
I mean, I just like the snowboarding part. I don't like nothing else.
If I try to go snowboard, I'm breaking my neck.
They just added skateboarding to the Olympics. I mean, I check that out.
Yeah.
I like skateboarding and BMX, but I fuck with the X Games more.
You wouldn't think of doing none of like the triathlete shit, running, jumping, throwing.
Fuck, I want to go run for.
Hell no.
It's like it's like you say you don't want to run to the neighbor's house. I want to go get paid to run. Like who? Like them people are nuts. I've like high school track just even. The coaches will run you till you throw up. Like there's been plenty of scenarios where I quit the track team because I threw up. I couldn't breathe. Cause they go run repeat 200s. You run a 200, you get 30 seconds. Then you gotta go run another 200.
Yeah, I don't see the reward in it. Like you're just running in a circle.
Get nowhere at all. Just adding miles to your legs. That's it.
It's like a metaphor for something. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Like football, every other sport, like I could see, like okay, there's a concept. It's actually fun, but where do you find joy in running?
Some motherfuckers do.
I think it's just the winning first place part. I think that's all they want is to be, oh, I'm faster than you.
Yeah.
I don't see no joy in just going out there and running.
Because when you run, you're literally your only opponent is the stopwatch, the time. I do this in 7.6 seconds. Okay, now I'm gonna do it in 7.4, 7.2. It's literally like half a
Circles.
seconds and shit,
Yeah.
mini seconds.
Yeah, I guess so. I got a client. He's an older guy. I think he's like in his 50s. He says he tells me he tries to get about 35 miles a week, so 5 miles a day.
That's good for you.
Yeah,
Good for the heart.
Yeah, for the body, of course, but
and he goes on pavement. He's not on a treadmill or nothing like that.
hey, that's a real dedication.
Mm. I wonder, like, because you know how they say there's like cardio and sex, or if there's any cardio and beating off.
I don't know. I mean, I think anything to get your heart rate up is cardio.
Bro, I was like, I sign off on that one.
I think anything that gets your heart rate up is cardio.
I almost want to look it up. I'm gonna pull up porn. Master calories
Effects
burned.
on kidney. Damn.
According to a research paper published in whatever, energy expenditure during sexual activity was 101 calories in men and 69 calories in women.
That's because we doing all the work.
Ain't it, bro?
Man, must be nice laying on your back, huh?
That's for 30 minutes.
Intensity for 30 minutes. So in 30 minutes, boys,
Are y'all lasting
100
long?
calories.
Man.
Easily. Even by myself. Well, you learn something new every day.
Man.
I'm gonna have to tell that one to my lady.
Yeah, all right,
Came
we're
home
going.
with a new fact today.
Watch, bro, in like 6 months, I'm going to just be like a skeleton.
Fact of the day.
That mandatory 30 minutes a day.
Right arm swole. Tone the fuck out.
Some
Yeah.
dude's going to be like, I jogged 5 miles today. I'm like, yeah, I rode about 7 of them out.
Through with my right, through with my left. Even it out.
Sometimes I switch hands just to keep the heart going.
Have you seen the Wolf of Wall Street when he's eating lunch with the Matthew McConaughey dude? And he's
Starts
like,
punching his chest.
he's like, I beat it at least twice a day. He's like, I go once in the morning, and he's right after, and then once again right after lunch. And he's asking him like if he beats it off, and he was like, yeah. He's like, how many times a week? And he's like, I don't know, like once a week. And he's like, man, those are rookie numbers.
Gotta pump those up.
Yeah.
So what's the most amount of times you guys have beat off in one day?
I don't do that.
Hmm?
Nah, your younger self used was
But you're a
punch you
monk,
in the-
bro. You're just meditating.
Nah, I mean, I just never really had like the curiosity of doing that. You know what I mean?
You never beat off.
Not for real.
You're lying.
I mean, I've had like,
bro.
chicks do it for me, but
You never did it yourself.
You're
like I've just never had that
tripping, bro.
curiosity. You know what I mean?
It's never been 2
It's
a.m.
the same
and
thing
you
with,
just see
like-
that lotion by your bed and you
It's
just
the
like,
same thing with like the strip club and shit. I've never been to the strip club.
I've never been to a strip club.
I've never been to any like club because I just don't have the curiosity for it.
You've never rubbed one out.
Nah, I've never had the curiosity for it.
Cap.
I've
Son.
watched porn, yeah. I've watched hella porn, but I've never like
That's weirder to me is to watch porn and not
and
beat
not
off.
beat it off.
I've never
yeah.
like, but then it's not like, cause I'm not like watching the full scene either. I'm just like looking at it, and then I realize that it's not what I like, and I just kind of get off of it. You know what I mean? I'm just weird like that, bro. I don't see no pleasure or fantasy in it. You know what I mean?
All right, John. I need an honest conversation.
Man,
What's the number, bro? Rough,
There's no
rough
pleasure in it,
guesstimate.
bro.
man, in a day, oh, I was going crazy one day. It was like 6, 7 times. I was talking like,
Crazy
I was
one
talking
day.
like where I couldn't even do it no more. My shit was hurting. It was like, man, I did tap out.
So
I was going crazy,
he had limp dick.
man.
I respect it, bro.
I looked at females for the next day and I was like, yeah, I'm not hitting you back for the next 2 days. I need a break. But my shit was just tapped out.
He said,
Had blisters on his hand and shit. My boy.
My right arm was not even
Calluses
needed to the
today.
gym that day.
That's about where I was at too, bro. In high school and shit, I went insane.
I was in the gym
That's
doing
why
a
you-
barbell and them
I don't know
motherfuckers
how
like
this nigga
this.
don't got glasses.
Gone blind from it, man.
You go blind.
Bro, the second I got my own laptop and I was allowed to take it in my room, because this is before cell phones, bro. So when I didn't have like, I didn't have a smartphone, like you do nowadays.
Yeah.
I had the full laptop, bro. I had to crack the motherfucker open, position it just right, get the pillows behind me.
This motherfucker.
Had to be super intimate, bro.
Hell no.
Because like now, you can sit there like one hand up. I couldn't hold a fucking laptop over my
Laptop like
face.
that motherfucker, you got to position in the right place.
I had to position my body and like,
Damn, dim the lights, do some candles,
Put my hand on the
Reach
mouse
over
pad
here,
just
yeah.
right.
pillow between the headboard and the wall,
Yeah, yeah.
so it ain't a quick.
Just had like fucking 30 socks all around me, bro. Like a fucking
Man.
ceremony. Like I was about to get sacrificed to the sock god.
Ooh, bro.
I don't know if I would have walked in your room as a kid. Socks everywhere. Like little landmines, better not step on none of them.
They might come out.
One wrong move and you're done for.
One of my children might reach out of his sock and try to pull you in it.
Hell no.
No. I don't know. Last show I watched was that Korean show on Netflix with the high school zombies.
My
All of-
sister was watching that. She told me to watch it. She said it was real good. I caught like a glimpse of it when the only part I seen in that was when that dude started like he bit old girl and she was by the window and shit. That's like that like 30-minute, 40 minutes of the episode is the only one.
It's cool. I really liked it, but I mean they're hour long and there's like 13 of them, so you got to dedicate a lot of time to it. I like Korean shows though, like these horror ones, right? Because I feel like where American horror fucks up, whether it's American Horror Story or Walking Dead or any of that shit, is you get like these people that are untouchable. Like, you know, they're not going to die. They're going to be there at the end of the season, blah, blah, blah. Now, in this show,
They have no morals.
every single person, there's like 9 main characters. Fucking half of them, pop, 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 pop. At random, any one of them could fucking go.
For real?
Yeah, and I watched the, do you guys ever watch foreign shit?
Yeah, I watched a couple like Squid Games. I watched that was a big one.
Did you watch the sub or the dub? Was it with
Oh, I
Korean
watched,
or in English?
I watched I like reading. I have to hear it in the language because I feel like when they translate it, words don't get translated over. Because I watched a lot of like animes and stuff, and when you watch dubbed animes, they cut out a lot of the stuff that they say, and then when you watch subbed animes, they will actually, you know, and if you understand the language more, you can hear the stuff that they don't translate over. Like stuff gets lost in translation.
The emotion's a lot better and when there's their own language.
And it's like you don't have to hear this other voice come over. Like I want to hear the raw vocals of how it was recorded, even if I can't understand it.
What's your philosophy on that?
I don't watch foreign shows, so I don't really know. I mean, the only ones I watch, I would like watch novellas with my girl, bro. But I know what they're saying in that shit.
Bro doesn't beat off a read.
I don't watch foreign shows, though.
Nah, I got you. I guess it's kind of
I
hard.
don't watch anime, so.
Yeah. I'm religiously the opposite of you. I refuse to read because, like, I'm watching it, you know? I want to catch everything. And if you're having to glance down at the bottom of the screen to read subtitles,
Do watch everything with captions, though.
Yeah, I'd watch everything with captions
Everything has to
anyways.
have
Everything has to have a caption.
I crank the volume on everything so I don't need captions.
He's 100 full blast, no captions. You're
Nigga.
that guy.
I'm that dude, bro. My TV is so fucking loud, it's retarded.
My shit be like on volume 7.
Yeah, my shit stay
And
at
I
like
can hear it clear
20.
because the captions are on.
My TV lives on 91.
My shit stay 20. You don't go above 25 for sure. That shit's too
I
loud.
hear it better with the captions on.
I don't give a fuck, bro. My girl be hella mad in the room just
Turn that shit down.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
I can't hear
because then it gets to a part where it's like extra loud, and then it's like, oh, it's
Fucking
probably.
the
explosion.
music.
We
and
go.
shit,
I go
bro.
down to 81.
10 down.
I think that's because I've been working in factories for a long time. I think my hearing's fucked.
They need to put like a set, like you know how in their car you can set your seats to a certain thing. They need to do that with remotes where you can put it to a certain volume, so you could just click for the loud scenes.
In your own
like,
little bubble.
Yeah, just 30. This scene I'm clicking down to 30, but when it goes back up, I'm going back to my regular 91.
Oh, that would be cool. Like a preset like number for the volume, like 10, 30, 50.
Yeah, something like that. Just so when you do get to those scenes, you don't have to pause the show and then turn it down and then resume the show.
Yeah,
Nah, it's too much effort, bro. I got one remote. Like it's still loud and it's just slowly going down. I'm just. But nah, fucking. My problem with the Korean shows right now, the ones that are popping off, like All of Us Are Dead is the high school one. And there was the other one called Sweet Home. It was like their version of Silent Hill. That shit was fucking fire.
See, I see a lot of the like Korean shows and stuff, but it just, in order for me to click on it, I have to hear like something about it before, like something like, oh, somebody has about, oh, you have to watch this show. It's good. I'm not just gonna click on a Korean show like Squid Games. That already had hype around it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it, let me give it a try. Turn it on, like, oh, this shit's good. Like, I have to have somebody lead me. I'm not just gonna go explore onto a Korean show.
So you need incentive to watch
Yeah.
it. Yeah. That makes sense. And Raul just ignores them all.
Yeah.
Well,
we're
I
not-
just I gave Squid Games a shot, and I got up to the scene of the first episode where they're doing the red light green light game. I was like, this is fucking stupid.
You
Where
didn't
they're
find
slapping
that
each other?
intriguing? You didn't find that intriguing where they're
Just
just
fucking
blowing
stop.
niggas down left
You didn't
and
want to
right?
know why they were slapping each other?
Huh?
You didn't want to know why they were slapping each other?
What you mean?
Because the red light, green light when they were
Yeah.
running. You got that far?
That was the
I
first
was like,
episode.
this is fucking
Bro, that was the most
stupid.
exciting part.
I'm trying to think. There is a show I feel like that I watched that's in a foreign language, but it's just not coming to me right now. I know I've seen movies that are not in foreign languages, that are in foreign languages. I'm sorry, but I don't think there's any shows.
So you've watched zero anime?
Nah, I tried watching that Attack on the Titan shit, but I was just like, nah.
Bro, I was just about to tell you when you said
I
you
swear
watched
to God, 'cause
Hulu.
the owner of the shop was like, bro, you gotta give it a
Dog.
chance, because he didn't. He was the same way, and I was like, man, all right, I'll come home that night. It was a Saturday. I was like, I'll watch it, and I tried to, and I was like, this is fucking stupid.
You've never seen Attack on Titan, right?
No.
You even know what that is?
No.
And I tried watching the live movie.
It's the most fire anime. It's the number 2 anime of all time.
I tried watching the movie, and I was like,
See, I watched like Naruto, and then I watched Hunter x Hunter, Black Clover.
So you could get into this if you watched
Yeah, I
it.
could get into it. Seven Deadly Sins is awesome. Like, there's animes that I like. Like, I like anime, but
I'm a
it just
grown-ass
takes me.
man. I ain't watching no cartoons.
That's the thing. These aren't like cartoons. These are like gore. Like,
How dare you.
They're cartoons.
I'm gonna separate this person's body into two. Like,
But it's a cartoon.
yeah, it's unrealistic, but at the same time,
It's
fucking
animation, bro.
awesome.
Bro, have you seen the
I just
Avengers
can't
movies,
get into
bro?
it, bro. Like,
Have you seen Avengers?
no sir.
You've never seen Avengers?
I've seen Infinity War, and that's it.
Okay.
So
So
for the
wait,
same reason, bro, because I just can't get into this shit. Like, I don't care for it. You know what I mean? So I can't get into something that I don't care for.
yeah, it's true. Different strokes.
Like, the Black Panther was tight, but I didn't like Infinity War because that shit was stupid.
Yeah, that shit was
Took way too fucking long for
man.
for everybody to end up fucking dead at the end of the
Man, that movie was hella long for what?
Infinity War?
Yeah.
No, I think that was Endgame. That I'm
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah,
the long
Endgame.
ass one.
Yeah. I seen Infinity War and Endgame then because I went with Francisco to watch that shit, and I was just like, nah, this is
A
fucking
3-hour movie for what?
Bro, I loved Infinity War.
He's just like, you're gonna come in here. And
You know, a
talk shit
movie
on my
that
favorite movie.
Nah, I don't know because it's not even an anime, but you know the movie It,
Yeah.
the new ones, those were badass. Like the first and the second one was even tighter.
That's what I was gonna lead into with. Have you seen, the Avengers movies? It's because CG is so heavy, bro. All that shit's animated, nigga. That's all that is. It's all cartoon.
I don't know, bro. I just like I guess another reason to why like I don't watch like why I'm not into horror movies is because I grew up pretty hardcore Catholic, you know what I mean? And so my mom never really like permitted me to watch that shit. And then I'm a fucking scary ass motherfucker, bro, so I don't watch that shit.
I
But-
never watch scary movies by myself. Like, that's just something you don't do. If you
Yeah.
watch scary movies by yourself, you got problems.
And then the anime shit, like I said, bro, I just never got into it, man. I never watched Dragon Ball Z. I was a Nickelodeon kid. I wasn't a Cartoon Network kid, bro. So
You watch like Hey Arnold and shit.
I watched that, The Fairly Odd Parents, SpongeBob, all that shit.
See, I like anime because it just takes it's like cartoons, but for grown-ups.
Right,
Because
right.
it's like, there's some shit like, oh, I would not let my kids watch this at a young age. Like, my youngest sister, I think she's like 10 or 11. She loves anime. It's where we fucked up. Because she's over here watching,
Motherfuckers' heads get chopped
yeah,
off.
heads getting chopped off, people getting decapitated, separated in two parts. Like, anime just brings all this, like, unrealistic gore, but it's, like, it's entertaining. It keeps you in there. Like, it's like, damn, there's, like, you cannot go on a regular movie or something that's not animated and see somebody just with their own hands just cut somebody in two.
Yeah, it's telling stories that can't be made into real movies. Like they
Yeah.
do things that like a regular movie can't.
Like for Naruto, in instant, like he has a creature inside of him that gives him power.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't put that into a movie. You can't say that there's this creature inside this kid that that they sealed inside of this kid that gives him extra power into an actual movie.
Hmm.
It's only anime that could do that.
Or like for example, Attack on Titan that we saw. It's literally about 30-foot tall naked people that eat other people. That's pretty much the entire plot.
Right. Yeah, that's what they told me. And like I said, I tried watching it, but I was just like, nah, it's just it ain't it.
The one thing I don't like with animes is I feel like it's some of them, most of them are slow in the beginning, but once you get into like the middle, like I know people that watch anime strictly for fight scenes. They'll go back and watch all Dragon Ball Z fight scenes and Naruto fight scenes, and because anime fight scenes are unmatched. Because you can't put like the stuff you put in anime films in regular films.
I would actually say it's the opposite for me because like anime fight scenes, specifically Dragon Ball Z, all it is just guys going.
Oh, if you watch like Naruto or something, have you seen Naruto?
I've seen him. Like what Naruto does well is the power shit.
Yeah,
Like the jutsus are cool and all
the
that shit.
fights and everything, because you never know what one person has. Like, somebody could do a whole different jutsu you never seen, and it's just the way they piece that together. Just that's why I like anime. That's why I can get into it, is because the fight scenes intrigue me. That's one thing I am like. In order for me to like a anime, the fight scenes got to be good.
I will beg you to watch Attack on Titan if you vaguely fuck with anime.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely putting that on the have to watch list.
Because they're like there's 5 seasons and they're at the end of the 5th one. I think this is the last one, bro. And just the way it's built is fucking god level.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out.
And,
He's over here like, yeah, I'm definitely
Raul
not
was
checking
like,
that
Raul
out.
pushed the mic away, bro. He was like,
yeah, this ain't for me. Intermission.
nah, dude. But with that being said, we're about 2 hours in, boys. So I think we're gonna go and start to call this one.
Yeah.
Shit, that was cool.
Yeah. Fucking I'm gonna go ahead and plug the Instagram Death Taco Pod, TikTok Death Taco Pod. Also, that's starting to do well again with me posting clips again. John, you wanna Playboy Chapo?
Playboy Chapo on Instagram.
My boy Raul the Barber, man.
Raul the Barber _96.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for being here, guys. Thank you for watching. If you're still here, this has been the Death Taco Podcast.
Yeah.